What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Steve from the Valley Garage. I'm tired of looking at the front end of my Fury, so I'm gonna go ahead and chop it off! I'm kidding. In all seriousness, went ahead on the Mean Cycles and I ordered the 8 degrees triple tree front end extension. So the box comes pretty nice wrapped up. Everything included is in the kit for like 800 bucks. Then they also give you a link to buy the extended brake line. I did that as well. So let's open this up. Let's see it. Kind of curious to see it. I'm really excited. Oh baby, nice. Huh? Holy shit, that looks sweet. At some part, either top or bottom. Actually, better keep it in the bubbles. Anyway, I got polished, not chromed, because I'm gonna powder coat it satin black, like I have with all the rest of my pieces. And I thought that would look cool together. The other half. Nice. That's the top. Handlebars come through there. Got some good sized bolts. I'll be able to powder coat these as well. Even though you won't see them, they'll be in the back, but at least I'll know they're there. Interesting. I'll have to plug some stuff up. Actually, you know what? The biggest part with powder coating is trying to figure out areas to hang it. And I think it's the least intrusive. I can get 2 screws to go in here and wire around that. Plug up this, hold it some way. We'll figure it out in the future, but right now let's keep that back together. Nice. Nice fork extensions, pretty dope. Center bolt to go through both triple clamps. Probably a lot more heavy dutier than the stock Honda. And they also give you the All Balls bearing kit. All Balls is a great company. They make brakes, bearings, pads, all kinds of cool stuff. Hydraulic and otherwise. And this will be a nice upgrade as well with all the race bearings and everything else. So that's the kit, the way it comes. I ordered my brake line and I ordered the brake line separate. I also ordered a cool Fury flag from Mean Cycles. And they had not 1, not 2, not 3-inch extensions, but 4-inch extensions. So I was like, all right, let's push it a little bit more. Let's go for another inch. And we'll see how that works. When you buy the kit, it already comes with 3, but the 4-inch, it's a hit or miss. Some people say do it, some people say don't do it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it and we'll see what happens. We'll see how flexy I get. If it fits, it fits. If it doesn't, whatever. I burned up 100 and 200 bucks. Doesn't matter to me because I think it's gonna look sick. So right now, that's the front end of the Fury. Let me get the air right down. There. So the triple clamp is going to keep the bar height the same. We'll take this outside. Okay. Balls hot out here. Humid as hell. It was raining for the last couple days. All right, I wanted to do a quick look. That is the distance, stock distance. The handlebars stay the same height, but the triple tree, the direction gets kicked a nickel. And then those fork extensions screw onto the top in here. So the only thing you really have to change is the brake line. Get this on the bike lift, lift it up, undo some bolts, shimmy down I'll just roll the whole front end out of the way. Take the bearings out of the neck of the frame, put the handlebars somewhere, and then just tear into it. This is probably the second most involved mod I've done on the Fury. The first being the air ride, which I got a mod. I say built, we're swapping out a part, but either way, other people don't do it. But in case you want to do it and you're not sure what to do, I know there's already videos on how to do it, but I don't know, people like to see how I do it and how I explain it, because I try to make it simple for everybody to understand, step by step, follow along video, so you too can also build your Fury. Anyway, here she is. All right, back inside. It is hot out here. Whew. Have I done any of this before? Absolutely not. Are we gonna figure it out? Absolutely. If we break something, then we fix it. I'm sitting here in my chair looking at this and how to start, and one thing I do know is when we do the change, we have to get extended brake lines. Now, if there's anything you take away from this video, or anything, is that brake fluid is extremely caustic and it will melt anything, paint, concrete, or otherwise. Hell, I've got concrete, I got epoxy floor and it melted through that. So make sure you clean up and don't leave any kind of residual or residual brake fluid anywhere. But I got the Fury on the jack where it wants to teeter because most of the weight is in the front. Now I did that by design because when I take the front end off, the weight is going to go towards the back. And the brake line is coming in the next day or two, but I figured, hell, why don't we start and undo this? So one thing's for sure, I need to separate the front end from the frame. Now, I'm going to undo the brake line and just let it dangle into my little oil trap bucket on the bottom there, and then we will figure out the next step. Oh, okay, so starting from the bottom, there is 1, 2 8mm screws, a zip tie, and a little ratchet, a little pocket to slip the brake line in. So, if anybody knows what the brake line end pieces is called, it's called a banjo bolt. Now, a banjo bolt is hollow in the center for the fluid to travel through. You don't want to crack your banjo bolt till the very end, because if you crack it open and then you start going everywhere else, brake line will leak. It will leak on your rim, on your floor, and on your tools, and on your paint, and just melt through everything. So I'm going to leave the banjo bolt exactly where it is and start on our 8mm screws here. So here's one, and they are tight. They are tight little screws, but they're short, so it shouldn't take that long. All right, when I take a bolt out, I'm gonna put one right back in. That way you don't lose it, okay? That's one. Righty, tighty, lefty, loose. I don't yet know how the brake lines are gonna look or how they come from. So I might be able to rig something up, keep this rubber grommet. We'll figure something out. All right, so I got your 2 bolts. It looks like you're gonna have a zip tie there. So let me get my snips. All right. So I got my snips. Be very careful now. Don't cut things you don't need to cut. I am going to cut this because this line is for the turn signal, which eventually I'll change to something cool. And the bottom line is the brake line. So I'm just gonna give a little snippy right here. Boom. That fell to somewhere. I have no idea where. Someone's coming down the hill. Is it sweatpants Johnny? Oh, guess not. Chinese sweatpants. Love that guy. Everywhere he goes, sweatpants. Taco Bell, sweatpants. 5-star restaurant, sweatpants. Out to a movie, sweatpants. All right, where are we? Yes. Oh, flathead. Oh, my vintage Schlitz can fell down. There you go. Stay up there. My can collection. All right, so grab a Phillips flathead something. You gotta separate this doohick here. Come on, here you go. All right, that way I get the brake line out. God knows we're gonna be making messes while we're doing this, so I want to make it as clean as possible. All right, so now that you pick that out, there's one more section right on the back end here. The brake line is in this little nook, and it should wiggle out. Alright, I gotta put you down for this. I don't want things crashing. Okay, alright. You just flip it out, get it out of the way, and upon doing so, I notice another zip. So I'm gonna get turn it around, and see what I'm snipping, make a little incision. There you go. Our brake line is loose. It's not gonna go anywhere. Okay, so now I'm gonna do the banjo bolt. And it looks to be about 12 millimeters. And it is. Ooh. Ooh. All right, we're already bleaking oil. God damn it. Shit. Okay. Let that leak out. Okay. The best cleaner for brake fluid is, you guessed it, brake cleaner. So while that's melting away, I'm trying to act rather fast now. I can't tell where things started dripping, so I'm just gonna wet this rag and wipe everywhere. I can tell right away there's some already on the rim. Load this up, wipe everywhere you can think. I want this shit melting. Get in the groove. I say get everywhere in the tread, when dripping on the floor. Probably just missed all of that and noticed the camera was angled down. Okay. All right. So I mean, hollow bolt and the holes on the side. You get your crush washers to lock in the juices, lock in the brake fluid. Probably good to make a video. I'm making videos as I have to do things, and I actually have to change my brake fluid soon, so I could probably do a video on that too. So far, we're okay. The front cable is disconnected from the bike. I should, by all accounts, be able to start dismantling the front end. Okay. All right, for my next trick, I'm gonna take my 8mm and I'm gonna loosen up the bolt here for the turn signals. Connection, I know your father. 10mm, 8mm on the back. To the next order of business, we're gonna need some Allen keys. Okay, so what we're gonna do now is use our H16, that'd be massive. H6 hex head on our triple tree bolts. There's 3 on each side. Now, don't take them all the way out. We just want to loosen. And this is the part where you're going to want to have as much height as possible. I haven't tested it yet. I hopefully, my jack can raise up all the way. But right now, we're just going to crack loosen these 6mm hex head bolts on the triple trees. Say that 6 times fast. One, 2, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay. Whoa! 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 Huh? Look, I'm a chopper. Bop, bop. Okay, the front end is off. I didn't plan too far ahead where to put this now. Couple of things. Watch when you take it off because it still leaks out there, which we know. Also, be prepared where to put your bike in general. I took the banjo bolt out, put the front forks in general. I took the banjo bolt out, wiped it, cleaned it up, put it in the bike. I got 2 pieces of wood, chalked it up, and I led the forks on a heavy box. And 3, don't wheel around your bike like a chopper, your front end like a chopper, because I have brake fluid leaked all over the floor. And now I gotta clean all that up. Now, like an asshole, I had to wipe up all of my brake fluid on the floor. Anyway, so here you are, right? What do? We undid the brake line. We undid the turning signal lights. We undid the pinch bolts. We raised the jack all the way up as high as we can go. Shimmied out our front end. Stationed it over to the side. And now there's only 2 things left. We have our brakes, we have our headlight and our handlebars. Now the headlight I think will be pretty easy. It's only 4 12mm. So we have a 12mm here and here, bolt with a 12mm nut on the bottom. Undo those. I'm gonna wrap the head in the towel and then I'll just kind of drape that to the side. I think that will be the best bet moving forward. 12mm, very tidy lefty loose. That's all it is, just a nut and a bolt. There's no washers. Other side. Put my body into it, relieve some of the weight. I'm going to put the bolt and the bottom nut on. Same thing for this side. I'm gonna grab a couple of zip ties just to zip it up. I'll put some bunch of them together through their ends just to keep that keep the front end nice. Do you like that? Nice little babushka we got going on here. Nice little babushka. So now this is all wrapped up. It's not gonna get dinged up all too bad. The bottom is completely clear. The only thing left now is the bars. And that to me also, whoa, not 12. Those are big Johnnies. I'm gonna say 14. Let's see if I'm right. And it turns out the handlebars bolts are 17 millimeters. And that one I loosened a little bit off camera. I apologize for that. Righty tighty, lefty loosey. Now the bars should be able to come up, so I'm going to pull them up and try to rest them on the tank. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa. So underneath those nuts are 2 washers. Make sure you take those out. I didn't see them when I was pulling, but there they are. They popped out. So the bars won't come up all the way. I got to just take this, loop it around this metal loop twice for both these cables, and then it should come. Undo this pin here, forgot to get that. There's a little tab you just push down and it will slide out. And further inspection, there is an 8mm screw that I can undo a bracket rather than untie those. The 8mm is right here. Unbolt it, put it right back in. That way we don't wireless, we don't lose it. Try this again. Okay, bars are off, and they're quite heavy and unhingy. It's hard to see, but the triple clamp is completely free of the handlebars and headlight. So you just have to take this big nut off that, and it should slide out. Alrighty. I think we're good for today. Like I said, still got parts coming in, and I still got to powder coat the old kind. So we're making progress. We're looking good. Everything's all pulled apart. And there it will stay till we come back, all right?